Hi everyone, it's Harry here from Year 13 and I have Peter Howard here with me on behalf of Axiom Precision Manufacturing South Australia. Welcome Peter, it's great to have you on board the Year 13 Expo this year.
Hi Harry, how are you? Thank you for having me along today.
Absolutely. Okay Pete, so before we kick off into the questions, I'd love for you to give me a bit of background about Axiom Precision Manufacturing, your role at Axiom, and kind of how your career has been from school to where you are now.
Thanks. Yeah, so Axiom Precision Manufacturing is a Australian-owned and operated advanced manufacturing business. So founded 41 years ago in Adelaide, South Australia. The business originally was a tooling, injection mold tooling business, so supplying predominantly to OEM automotive markets. As the automotive market started to shrink and eventually closed right up, Axiom had to diversify. So they started to look at markets in other sectors and other capabilities. So where we are now is we're predominantly a supplier to defence industry. We also supply in aerospace, space, medical device, energy, markets, mining. So we're quite diversified now. We provide precision CNC machining, plastic injection molding, fabrication, full unit assembly, and electromechanical integration services. So it's quite a diverse range of capabilities now, and we service customers from large multinational defence customers to startup entrepreneur programs and local industry. So it really is a diverse business now, which is great.
Brilliant. And it's great to see that, from the closure of the Australian, automotive manufacturing industry, that Axiom was able to come out the other end with a whole new, division of clients. And I imagine you ensured the company's fate for the next century or two. So now your role in the company, I know, is in the sales side, but can you give us a bit of background about your kind of post-school journey from when you finished up high school to now?
Yeah, certainly. So I finished year 12 and went into a toolmaking apprenticeship, which was fantastic. I loved it. It was in the automotive industry. So I was working just at a local manufacturing site here. As a part of that, I did some extra study at TAFE and worked in the toolmaking industry for quite a while. After automotive, I did work in general manufacturing sites as well, and some sort of building products and sort of commercial user product sort of roles. About 15 years ago, I moved into a sales sort of role, again, still within the manufacturing environment, and have sort of slowly have progressed, I guess, through the sales roles, starting at Axiom 3 years ago. And my role at Axiom is to cover other sectors outside of defence. So as I mentioned before, defence is a huge part of what we do, but we do want to make sure we keep some diversity in our customer base and the work we do. So medical device is probably my main focus, along with the plastic injection molding side of the business and sort of moving into other advanced technology areas.
Fantastic. It's good to hear that there is diversification amongst your client base, and that I imagine that diversification then trickles down to the different skills and individuals you need in your business. So now, knowing you've worked in the hands-on side in the tool making apprenticeship, and also now in the management and sales side, are there any particular subjects from school that helped you, either back then in your apprenticeship or now in your management and sales position?
Yeah, certainly. I think from the advanced manufacturing side, any sort of technical subjects, maths and sciences are always going to be a bonus. But I think sort of subjects that encourage teamwork and collaboration and forming personal relationships as well. In a sales role, that's really important, but in any role, you generally will find yourself working in teams of varying sizes in most roles, and being able to work with other people is a really important skill to have.
Definitely. I couldn't agree more. Okay. So, knowing that you look after the medical device and plastic injection molding sectors at Axiom, what does a day in the life of your role look like?
Yeah, so I guess no day looks the same, which is what I like. I do like a bit of variety, but in a sales role, planning is probably the most important thing you can do. So knowing what sort of markets you're looking at, potential customers, so having a good plan in place for how your day, week, month is going to look is really important. So part of my day will be looking for new business, attending networking events, trade shows, phone calls, approaching potential customers. Then there'll be another part of the day working through potential programs with customers. So, we might be looking at a new product development. So, working through that with a customer. And then I guess the final task I have is when those jobs are confirmed, is just getting it and handing it over to our operations team for the actual manufacturing side. So
brilliant. Okay, that's really cool. Okay, cool. So in a roundabout sense, you look out for new contacts and clients and contracts, bring in the work, and then deliver that to your operations team, who will then, I imagine, brief the manufacturing team and deliver the product.
Certainly, yes.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. Okay, cool. Now, in that role, in your current sales role, what gives you satisfaction? What makes you really keen to come to work and work with, in the precision manufacturing industry?
Look, I'm passionate about advanced manufacturing, and I love seeing new ideas and concepts come to life. There's so many great ideas out there, and especially locally in South Australia at the moment, through the medical device sort of industry. We've got the space agency based here. There's a lot of focus on bringing advanced manufacturing back to Australia, and obviously South Australia here. So it's a fantastic area to be in. There's some great people out there with some fantastic ideas. So seeing those come to life is probably what I enjoy the most.
Awesome. That must be very rewarding, seeing, homegrown tech and engineering, not only be, come through your business, but also hopefully one day reach a customer, and especially in the industry of medical devices, hopefully help a lot of people as well. That's
exactly.
Brilliant.
No, that's
okay.
Right.
Yeah, awesome. And so, you mentioned before that a big part of your day is the networking and the planning and making sure that you've got your week, month, quarter set out to, hit targets and make sure you're bringing in volumes of work and facilitating client requirements. What personal attributes do you possess that help you in that area? But also, what personal attributes do you possess that may have helped you 15 years ago, back when you were a toolmaker as an apprentice?
I think having an ability to listen and understand people's needs and problems. I guess a big part of being in a sort of solution sales type role is how can you make someone's life better, their life easier, their product better. So it's finding out what are the pain points that a customer might have, and then hopefully that marries up with a capability that we have, and we can sort of work together on a solution that is a win-win for everyone.
Definitely. Okay, cool. I've noticed that a lot over these webinars, speaking with people that, especially in the client service and front end kind of positions, that it's being a trusted advisor to your clients, and almost being an attachment to them and understanding their business problem, and providing solutions, and making sure that you're a partner of theirs, not just a kind of a business transaction.
Yeah, so, that's right. And that's it's really important, and sort of knowing where you can help and sometimes you can't. So it's being honest and not promising something you just can't do.
Another great point. You're right. It's not always over promising and saying, yep, you can fix any problem. It's knowing, what area your business is competent in, and what areas you need to go, look, guys, that's not for us to to be able to sort you out with, but I've got the best contact for you, and then you can help them in that way.
Yes, certainly.
Great. Okay, so thinking about those individuals who may be leaving school or who've started an apprenticeship or who are either currently working, what advice would you give to them? A, for a reason getting involved in the advanced manufacturing industry, but also B, how to get involved in the advanced manufacturing industry.
So I guess a reason to get involved in the advanced manufacturing industry, sorry, something there, is it's an unlimited opportunity at the moment. So there's some fantastic, as I said, fantastic projects coming through. There's some big and small opportunities, and it's working on some pretty cool stuff. Like in the defence industry, you can be working on submarines and ships and fighter jets, and
wow.
In medical, it's life-saving devices. Or as we saw in 2020, we were hit with a pandemic nobody expected or saw coming, but the response from manufacturing was unbelievable. In providing medical equipment and life-saving PPE and other devices. So it's being able to get involved in things that do make a difference. They are interesting, and they're breaking new ground a lot of the time as well. So it's a really exciting industry to be a part of. As advice for getting involved, I think it would be having a think about what areas you think you have a real interest in and where you might be able to contribute. So it doesn't just have to be in the manual side of the manufacturing.
Right.
There's a huge amount of opportunity in the whole life cycle of the parts and project. So from design early on, the manufacturing, you've got the project management, quality side, and support for the products and programs as they move forward. So I think there's a lot of good opportunity there. So have a bit of a think about what area you have a real interest in, and get to know the industries and the projects as well. So news articles, looking at webinars, different stories about things. There's some great industry events that often have either subsidised or free tickets for students as well. So head along to those, see what's happening in those industries, who the big players are, and what's coming up in the future as well.
Great advice. Yeah, the industry's growing with these large government contracts in defence, and obviously the medical industry is always innovating and always requiring. COVID itself last year was a great example of that. Always requiring new and innovative solutions to kind of these ever-growing problems. And then, of course, great advice is to start networking, think about the particular streams in the advanced manufacturing industry which you'd like to get into, whether it's project management, whether it's the manual side as a mechanical engineer, or the potential and trades available in that area as well. So kind of scaling that back a bit and looking at Axiom Precision Manufacturing as an industry, as a manufacturer within the industry, what kind of skilled workers are you looking to employ, and what are the growth projections for your company?
Yeah, so Axiom have a fairly aggressive growth projection at the moment. So we're looking at potentially doubling our staff numbers. So we're currently at 85, looking to be in the high hundreds in the next few years. That's right across all roles in the business. So from machinists, CNC programmers, a critical role in our business, but through quality roles, project management, you've got design and then sort of support functions in HR, accounting. Every role is important in our business. So we have a huge range of roles and needs. The business is probably around about half manual, sort of on the floor, hands-on roles, and the rest are roles sort of through other parts of the business.
Right.
We have a in-house apprentice training program. So currently have 10 apprentices. We have a full-time apprentice master that helps manage the apprentices and their training programs. We have we have school-based apprentices as well, so they do a day a week with us while they're still finishing school, and then move into full-time work after school. and we try and work with the apprentice as well to make sure we're helping them sort of move to an area in the business that they are interested in and have a skill set that is complementary to. So yeah, that can be in the quality team, in project management, or as we said, sort of still in the manufacturing side, so as CNC programmers and fabrication. So yeah, some really good opportunities there.
It sounds like it, and as you said, the industry is growing, and as a whole, and the interest from yourself and other professionals in the industry is to promote the whole precision manufacturing, advanced manufacturing industry, and not just kind of poach from other companies, because that doesn't help. Your overall kind of ambition to raise the profile of the precision manufacturing as well as the skilled workers available in the country. Now, it's also fantastic. You just mentioned that 50% of your employee base is not necessarily on the floor. So that's not just the mechatronic or electrical engineers or the steel fabricators. That's the people working in quality assurance, the people working in finance and accounting and sales and project management and procurement and whatnot. So it's good to know that those opportunities exist as well. So I think the message here is that if you're looking for an opportunity in manufacturing itself, or advanced manufacturing more specifically, don't just think about the technical opportunities available from the engineering and apprenticeship side. There's definitely massive opportunities in these areas, but do think about the industry itself and how far it's growing from a government contract point of view and medical device point of view, and the opportunities available to you that are not necessarily in those technical roles. So it's fantastic to know that at Axiom you have this apprenticeship training program with the Master Apprentice and the 10 apprentices that are involved. And even speaking to you earlier, you mentioned that some of these apprentices might start in a particular stream, but during their time at Axiom, they find their special skill or their niche is actually outside of that. And Axiom are more than happy and more than willing to promote those skills and promote your ability in that area. So that's brilliant to hear. Now, the last question I have for you, Peter, before we finish up for today is, knowing that Axiom is growing at, nearly doubling in size in the next 3 to 5 years, what would you say is the biggest opportunity for individuals going into the advanced manufacturing industry?
I'd say probably just the biggest opportunity is getting involved in some of these programs that are currently coming online. I've mentioned the defence programs. There's good job security in these programs. The future frigates and the submarine programs are, they'll see out your working career.
Wow.
They're good long-term areas. The area I have a lot to do with medical is not going to go away. That's getting busier and busier as the population ages. There's a huge need for more devices to improve people's quality of life and treatment of injuries and ailments. And so there's some really great opportunities there. The space industry is growing. So you're I think you can have a pretty good degree of confidence that you'll be moving into an industry that's not going away. It's certainly not going backwards. I started out in the automotive industry, and that was year after year slowly declined. So you don't have that worry, but you're also going to pick up some fantastic skills that can be transferred across to other industries as you see fit throughout your career.
Brilliant, Peter, brilliant. And that last point, that you learn these fantastic, valuable skills that are universal, right? You can take them no matter where you want to travel, domestically or abroad. They're skills that are at the cutting edge. They're not being phased out, they're being brought in. So no better time to get involved in specialist kind of skills such as advanced manufacturing. So again, I just wanted to thank you so much, Peter, for your time. It's been brilliant to speak with you and learn about all the opportunities available in your industry, learn about the growth at Axiom and the very optimistic future that you have, which is brilliant. And of course, I wanted to thank Axiom Precision Manufacturing for providing us with this opportunity to speak. It's been brilliant. So thank you so much.
No, thank you very much for your time. And I look forward to meeting some of your students in the industry in the years to come.
Hopefully. Cheers, Peter.
Thanks a lot.